Hello, thank you for tuning today to Izzy, the tech guy. We're going to continue our series on Introduction to SQL. We're on episode 19. Let me fix that here real quick for you guys. Sorry about that typo. Where we're going to be discussing unions. And then after that, we're going to have one more episode left, and then we will be done with our series. So without any delay, let's go ahead and jump in to W3School. Go ahead and go to w3school.com. And then from there, you want to go ahead and type in SQL tutorials, and that should pop up. Select SQL tutorials, and that should bring you to where we're going to start. And then the last thing you have to do when you come here, you'll scroll down on the left to go to unions. And let's go ahead and discuss unions. Unions, I kind of put this after, we decided to go after the join statements because I feel union and joins are very close into what they're used for in their functions. So basically union, if we read here what W3School says, union operator is used to combine the results of two or more select statements. Again, two or more select statements. So that keep in mind that you can do 3, 4, you can go up to how many you need to. You shouldn't go up to extreme amount and possibly need to talk to the DBs or someone to create a table for you if you're doing that many unions. And basically what it does, it takes at least two select statements, and it unions them together. So some of the rules that follow this is every select statement within the union, they have to have the same number of columns. And if there comes a situation where you do not have the same number of columns, there's little tricks you can do to that, but they have to have the same amount of columns in the select statements. Meaning, so this select statement here needs to have at least one column. And if it does have one column, this needs to have one column. Or if this has 3, this needs to have 3 as well. The columns must have similar data types. So if you have date in the first column, and then you have in the second select statement, but in the first column, you'll run into some errors. And also the columns in every select statement, they must also be in the same order. Okay, let's go down some more. And this is the syntax for how you do your union or your union all. Now the difference between union and union all, union will remove duplicates for you. Union all will not remove duplicates. So it depends on which one you want. And a good way to remember that is union all, you say you want all of it. Union, you just want the one instance of that row. And it's by row. That's another thing. Okay, the column names and the results are usually equal to the column names in the first select statement. So that's kind of what we talked about above, where if this is first name, usually you want in the second statement or the third statement, you want it to be first name as well. So let's look at what we're going to look at today. Our demo database, which is going to be from the Northwind sample data set, and it's going to be the customers table and the suppliers table. And then let's go ahead and do try it yourself. I'm going to open 2 instances of try it yourself. Open link in the tab, and then open link in the tab. And the reason I'm doing that is, one, we have our union statement here. So we'll leave that alone for now, but just wanted to show you guys what's in the customer and the suppliers table. So in the customers table, you have about 91 records. This is what the table looks like. Customer ID, customer information like their city, address, name, contact name. And then let's go to our suppliers table. 29 records. Again, name, contact address, postal code, have a little more information, phone. Okay, so now we have a idea of what's in these tables. Let's go back over here and let's run this union and see what happens. 94 results come back. Now remember, we have 91 in customers table and 29 in suppliers table. And you're probably wondering what's happening here. Remember, the union only brings back the distinct value in that specific column you're specifying in your select statements. So if we want everything back, we would do union all, because we want all of the items back. So here we have 120. So 91 plus 29 gives you 120. Okay, so if we see here, we scroll down, we'll see some variables, some values are repeating, like Berlin, Berlin, and you continue. So you get the idea. So now let's say we have that. Great. But now we want to see, I don't know which table. Is it Albuquerque? Is it coming from the suppliers or the customers table? That's where what I would do to figure that out. I'll throw in an alias. So I am going to put customers table as a source. And here I am going to put, oops, suppliers table as the source. And here I'm using what we learned in our previous and some lessons prior to this about alias. So let's go ahead, run that. Let me take union all out. Let me just do union. So we get 98 records back. So we have Ann Arbor suppliers table. And we have Barcelona customer table. So it goes on, and you see here we have 2 Berlin, but we have 2 Berlins from different tables. We have each of them coming from different tables. So customers table, suppliers table. And let's try this. So we have this. What if we want to see, oops, as let me fix this here. What I'm going to do here, Control X. Let's see if this will work. Then I'm going to copy this, copy, bring it down here. Boom. All right, and then we need to group by 1 and 2. So what I'm saying is I want to see how many times customer tables appearing in what is this called, in the customers table. And I'm going to do union all on this. And this order is going to be left outside. And let's run this. Hopefully my syntax is correct. Okay, so you know what? Let me change this order by 3 in descending order. So I'm order by 3 in descending order. Okay, so look at this. In the customers table, London occurs 6 times. And let's go over here to check that out. Make sure we did everything correct. Select star from customers table. And we're going to say where city equals, boop, boop. I'm just going to cheat over here, pop over here, take the London, copy that, come back over here, place this here, and then run the SQL. And then look at that, 6 records came back. So we know, okay, we did everything correctly. So that's a quick way you can do, okay, I'm doing the city, and I created this table. I want to know where this values come from, which table, because we're doing a union. And it's coming from this customer table, but how many times am I seeing that in the customer table? 6 times. Okay, but what about, okay, cool, I didn't realize I did that. Order by 3. Okay, never mind. I see what's happening. Because customer table is the largest, so that's why. And if we scroll down here, I'm just getting to suppliers. So for the most part, suppliers is only occurring once in every single table, in every single city. Oviedo 1, so we see here. So this kind of gives you, I didn't order by this. The only reason why I ordered by the city count, and it's just a coincidence that the cities reoccur more in the customers table. So that's the reason why it seems like the customers table is the first one, but it's not. It's just it has a higher count of city. So that's one. Now let's say, for instance, let me reset this and get rid of all this here. Let's get back to city. Let's say, for instance, I want the, come here. Let me go to suppliers. Let's say, for instance, I want the supplier name. I'm just going to cheat here. I want their name and I want their phone number. Let's say that's what I want. So come over here. So supplier, I want the name And I also want the phone number. If we scroll over here, we have phone number. Oops, wrong tab. Here it goes, supplier name and phone number. And I'm not too sure about the customers table, but I do know, let's see here, come over here. So customers table is not supplier's name, it's actually customer's name. Let's see how this is gonna work out. And I'm gonna make an error because I'm kind of taking the approach like I don't know these tables that well. And then let's say, you know what? We have phone and suppliers. I'm assuming we have the phone number of the customers as well. Let's get rid of our group by. And you know what? I don't want recurring values. I just want the unique value. Get rid of our group by. And then let's order by name. So delete this. I just want the names in order. And you know what? Let's put this back here. I want to know what the source as well. So basically, I'm getting all contact information that I have as source. So basically what I'm saying is I want all contact information. The scenarios, I want all contact information for suppliers and customers. But it'll be nice to know which one's a customer and which one's a supplier. And you could possibly, if you want, use better verbiage instead of suppliers table. You can just put customer or supplier and change it to relationship type. And then run this. Now, again, I'm expecting an error, and I'm going to explain to you what happened here. Could not prepare a statement, one no such column, phone. So that lets me know, wait a minute, we don't have phone in the customers table. Great, so what am I going to do? I can use our same trick we used before, alias. So since we don't have the phone, but I kind of want it in the same, I think it's in this order, 99.9999. I think that's the format in the employers table, the suppliers table, excuse me. So I'm gonna try that and run it. Okay, so look what happened here. So we're getting everybody back. The supplier is not in that format, just great. Oh well, we're getting everybody back. But now since I didn't have, remember what I said, certain tables might not have the column that you want, but you want to still bring it back. This is how you're able to accomplish that. You just create an alias table, you hard code a value in here and just make sure it makes sense. So it's like, okay, hey, if someone needs this list and they see 999, clearly, okay, we don't have that value in there. You can put 99 or you can just put blanks. I'm just looking here, looking at the format. Now, the one thing I don't like is if you notice the format's a little different than what we put in there. So what I would do, just to avoid formatting issues, I would just go back and just leave that blank. And then so you see here, customer, there's no contact information. Supplier, there's a contact information. So now when that information is entered, it's okay, and there's no like issues with the format. Now this is going beyond than what we need to do here. Right here, you probably add some kind of rule to clean this up. And again, if you look closely, so we discussed the union all, we discussed how to add aliases if you have an issue with one field doesn't have the column that you need. One select statement doesn't have the column you need, and the other one does. But let me just do this real quick. Let's just say I put an extra S, run this. It's going to work. There's not going to be an error. It's just the first select statement, whatever that is what's going to bring back. I can do this. Look, contact info, and watch this. It comes back contact info. So it kind of ignores this and just brings this back. And it all depends on what the first select statement is. Okay. And so that's basically the union and union all. And you can get fancier with this. You can kind of add more tables, more select statements, I mean, to this query. You can do a union and then take that union, join it. So the possibilities for union is limitless. You can continue adding more and more to it. There's certain rules in there that you can't do here. Like for example, I can't do this, and you can't do like an order by in this. The order by has to be applied to the entire query. And what I mean by that, like take this out here. This order by, it's being applied to this whole statement right here. It takes that, puts it together, then it orders by. So that's why that order by just put in there to show you guys you can't do that. There's certain rules like that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this lesson. And like I said, we're almost there. We're almost done. The last lesson will be on case statements, which is another powerful thing. So please don't forget to like, comment, and share with anybody that you know that's wanting to learn SQL. Again, this is just an introduction to SQL. So appreciate the time. Everybody have a good day.